When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the Purdue Boilermakers, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Boilermakers will put total leather and will get started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Buckeyes offense will have the football first. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sunday.
Yeah, and these guys can both stress at defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks, David. This one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names, you know, brand versus brand, big-time baller versus big-time baller, trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them today. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
Jones wants to throw it. Quickly complete. Still running up for 40. He's loose. Past the 40. The 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Man, you want to make a statement early in the game. Your first offensive possession, you go 75 yards for the touchdown. Their opponent right now is literally in shock and awe. They're in disbelief. They don't even know what hit them.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Purdue's offense will go to work for the first time today. And they are going to be met up front by a defensive line group that is going to make life miserable on the offensive line and the quarterback in this whole offense, David.
And this offense is fully aware of the challenge in front of them. This defensive line is quick, they're physical, they're powerful. They wreck games. They individually take over because of their greatness. It's focal point 1, 2, and 3, Jason.
They're physical and athletic, and that's the thing that's so dynamic about this position group, right? They stop the run, they get after your quarterback. Tremendous challenge for this offensive line to try and match that physicality. We'll see if they can get it done.
Just gets it to the 28, pick up of 1.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. Oh, a lot of space. He's at the and he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Boilermakers! Quick strike touchdown comes out and jump-starts the offense.
And, man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And that's not a good sign for this offense. You gave up 4 sacks a week ago. Now you're already getting your quarterback hit. They've got to protect their dude. They got to give him more time so he can make plays down the field. Protection is the biggest issue for this offense.
He's in open space downfield. Got the first down and still on his feet. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam. The defense finally got it. The Buckeyes come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Jones to throw. Makes the catch. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
And that's a situation right there where the quarterback is just taking what the defense gives him. The defense has taken everything away down the field. Just take the easy throw underneath.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Grab near the marker. It's crossed. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin. Wants to throw on first down. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Looking for more room. He's at the 40, the 20, 10. Touchdown, Purdue! What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
I'll tell you what, as a DB, you're lucky if you get 1 pick six in your entire football life. This guy had one last game. He's got one this game. Quarterbacks are going to stop throwing his way.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. Takes the handoff. It's crossed. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. A pickup for 5.
Right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. He didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes second down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it. Still in a great position. Ready to stay ahead of the chains.
Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34. And the Buckeyes come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Coming through that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Buckeyes getting set on 1st and 10. The give on the option. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They've got him looking to run, but they're going to throw it. Makes the grab on the left. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 and the 38, and these guys are on the move. The Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. The give to the back. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. And the Buckeyes kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. The receiver on the jet sweep. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Jones wants to throw it. And getting vertical. They get him down to this offensive setup. 1st and goal from the 9. The Buckeyes, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. A first down run in the red zone. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Caught in the backfield, it's crossed. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. Right down the boulevard, it's good. That'll bring him to within 4. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Wants to adjust the pattern. To the air, it's out. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Looking to take a shot. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. You always want to give your big-time players a chance. That might have been too much of a chance to give right there.
And I know I'll give you a chance when it's one-on-one, but not two-on-one. You got to see that. Got to understand that they're trying to take away this guy. There's a reason they're trying to take him away. What else can I do now to take advantage of that defense?
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that one.
It's great to spread the ball around and fool him, but if you've got a dude, feed him, and they are.
No doubt, Reese. That guy is a problem. I mean, you got a receiver that's so talented out wide, hard to cover. Go to him once, go to him twice. Shoot, let's go to him a 3rd time.
Just keep swinging it. Finds a man on the left. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
How many 1st downs is that, guys? On this drive alone, this defense has got to find a way to get off the field. They're playing way too many snaps.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man downfield. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10. And the Boilermakers didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Dropping back, it's out. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Boilermakers! Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves,
turning it on! And that tackle almost certainly saved the touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain. The Buckeyes, after exploding for that huge go up top on first down. Got his man quickly. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. And they just need a few inches for the first down, but they've got 3 receivers spread to the right. Quick release by the QB. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Off play action. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
It's good. That'll make it a one-possession game. The lead is 8.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half of the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
Tosses it incomplete.
And I tell you what, we've kind of gotten to the point where we expect QBs to be robots and just never to miss and always put it right on the face mask or right on the numbers. And right there, you can tell he just missed a little bit off, and I guarantee you he's tapping his helmet saying, hey, that's my bad.
Unloads to the wideout. Got his man. He'll be forced out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, and they'll mark him down at the 28.
Man, this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in the first half.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. The Boilermakers come to the line with a new set of downs. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking to throw, it's out. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
How about the linebacker breaking on the football, seeing the quarterback, the ball comes out, he moves right to where the ball's going, nice anticipation, and swats the ball to the ground.
The play fake. He'll take a shot. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
The Boilermakers had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Finds us back in the middle. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. Here's a timeout on the field. tight game here late in the first half. The Boilermakers have it with a first and goal. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Picked off to stop the threat. Finally brought down, the run away, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Jones to throw. The short hands, it's crossed. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. To the air on second down. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. The offense knocking on the door. First and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking downfield, and time is running short. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. But for this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
They feed him again. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. To the air, it's out. Throws to the wideout. Snagged in the middle, it's Whitaker. Speeding down the left side. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Purdue!
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Columbus for an entertaining first half than you?
He'll put total leather and get this second half started. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering.
Pulls it in on the right. There he goes. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. And the Boilermakers look to do some damage in the red zone.
And this offense showing off the explosiveness, the big play down the field. This is so big because what it makes defenses do to react now. Now you scare them. Now you...
Touchdown, Boilermakers! And they take it in for 6 more points. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different, bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They haven't had a whole lot of production, nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far, and if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to start right now. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Here comes the offense on second down. Jones wants to throw it. Right on the money. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that will be plenty for the first down.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him. Put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Really good job by the defense being disciplined. They sneak the running back out. You see it. Keep outside leverage and go make us tackle in space on a guy that's used to breaking tackles, used to making plays.
Back to pass on second down. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man, or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
Wide open downfield. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. The receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays to the passing game.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Really nice throw there to get the first down. You know, when you think about Ohio State quarterback play, especially here recently, it all comes down to efficiency. You have to make good decisions. You got to read the defense. And you got to be accurate. When you think of guys like Justin Fields, C.J. Stroud, guys who went in the first round, that's what they did. And this guy right here, I think he has the ability to be a first-rounder in the future.
Gonna run it. It's Cross. Knocked down in the backfield. And, boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. After that last loss, it's 2nd and 12. The play action fake. Throws to the tight end. Working that left side. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work. And the Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. Gives it on the option. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Great pass is complete. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get two bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
Trying play action. Fires into the end zone. Oh, it's picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And this guy's showing off his hands again, understanding where the football's going. He breaks on the football so quick. And guess what? He makes plays when he breaks on it. That's 2 interceptions here through 3 quarters of a football game.
Looking for a man. It's out. Got the back over the middle. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game. and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
The give out of the gun. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains. It's first down from back at their own 24-yard line. They're going to ride this running back. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. Now from the 40, it's first and 10. They'll try the run. Midfield, he's got room. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Well, will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third. That's the end of the period, and Purdue has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. After swapping ends of the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. They'll run play action. A strike downfield. There he goes. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab. The Boilermakers started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Now they'll run the draw. It'll be hauled down just inside the 10 of the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. To the air, it's Sayal. Takes the easy throw in the flat. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. Touchdown, Purdue! And the punishment has been extended. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Washington State needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Pullman behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. They're trailing by 12 to James Madison. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
And you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board, but you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute the offense.
Looking downfield on first down. Pulls it in. It's Durant. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Pulls and fires complete to the right. There he goes. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got a man, it's Durant. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. As a defense, you hate to let them move the chains on a penalty, but that's what they did. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to the back. This time, they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
The Buckeyes have taken it inside the 20. Now the play fake. He's got it on the run. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it 1st and goal. Jones to throw. He wants it all. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And this is the part of the field, man, you really got to have a plan because these windows get smaller and you're trying to fit that ball into the end zone. It's difficult to do. Quarterback, receivers, they got to be on the same page.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. They desperately need to get the score here on 3rd and goal to have any kind of wild chance. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone. Now the 2-point conversion attempt is coming. Looking to throw. Here's the pressure. Trying to get the 2. Here comes the heat, and down goes the quarterback, and they won't be able to get any closer with the 2-point try.
42, Ohio State, 26.
They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Might as well give it to him again. Finds a crease at the 20. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's first down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can't pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Wants to throw. It's out. He's got it and still on his feet. He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it first and goal from the 1. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And this is where the offense just breathes. Just take your time, huddle up. I'm in absolutely no hurry. I got the lead. I want to continue to run that clock. No false starts, no penalties. Let that clock tick down, and then punch it in the end zone to add to this lead.
Off play action. Blasted as he lets it go. Got a hand on it nicely and broke it up in the end zone.
This quarterback is having a day, man. And right there, he was looking for touchdown pass number 5. He has been dialing it up. He's been throwing strikes. We haven't seen him miss very much like he did just there, but what a game this dude is having.
Looking to get it in. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to Pater. The offense didn't even glance to the sidelines. They'll stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. Wants to go up top. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Boilermakers! And the beatdown has ensued. They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, you can't be hanging your head just yet. This game's not over. This coaching staff is still evaluating their players. So if you're on the field right now, you've got to finish this game. You've got to try to prove something to them.
Well, the game is up.
Oh, it's a fumble. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover. How about this defense slamming the door shut with a fumble recovery, and the offense should be able to run out the clock from here. Give to the back.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and then limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Open space at the 25. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. Leaves it with the back. Oh, he's got some space. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has them set up. And they probably don't need to risk running a play here, but the head coach might want to rub it in just a little bit. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. They'll run it. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Purdue! They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little bit.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
They'll move the tight end. Jones wants to throw it. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to find another play.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
And the Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. They'll bring him down. The clock is at 0, and that is how this one will wrap up. After the stumble earlier this year, a lot of people wrote this team off. People might be searching for spots on the bandwagon again now.
Yeah, give this coaching staff a lot of credit too, Reese, because they made a few tweaks and adjustments schematically to their personnel as well, and they've really now seemed to find a nice rhythm.
And it's hard to find that early in the season, but the good teams figure out who they are, what they do well, and you can tell they're starting to get in a groove, figure out who does what well, and maximize that and accentuate that.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse